So this is the note on ATAKKAVACARA, the first of the shorter notes. Sometimes translated as unattainable by reasoning or not accessible to doubt. But the Cartesian cogito ergo sum is also, in a sense, inaccessible to doubt. For I cannot doubt my existence without tacitly assuming it. This merely shows, however, that one cannot get beyond the cogito by doubting it. The Dhamma is beyond the cogito. The cogito, then, can be reached by doubt. One doubts and doubts until one finds what one cannot doubt, what is inaccessible to doubt, namely the cogito. But the Dhamma cannot be reached this way. Thus the Dhamma, though certainly inaccessible to doubt, is more than that. It is altogether beyond the sphere of doubt. The rationalist, however, does not even reach the inadequate cogito, or if he does reach it, he overshoots the mark, for he starts from the axiom that everything can be doubted, including, of course, the cogito. So, what is it exactly about the Dhamma that makes it beyond that doubt? Because I can doubt, what are the five aggregates? What is the cause of suffering? It seems like I can doubt these things, but here Nanavira is saying that no, the Dhamma is not something within that sphere of doubtful thinking at all.
Yeah, what it means that Dhamma goes beyond that sphere. As in, even your experience of doubt is within that universal sphere that Dhamma describes. And the reason why you cannot doubt that universal sphere is because that's what you are. That is the structure of your experience. That is your experience. So you can step back through doubting only so far as cogito ergo sum describes, where you can then doubt, where you cannot doubt the fact that you're doubting. You can doubt the content of your doubt, but you cannot doubt the nature of the doubt. And that's what Dhamma is, the nature of phenomena present. Being that phenomena might be doubt, might be a feeling of happiness, might be whatever. Whatever has a nature to appear can be called phenomena. So the Dhamma is not concerned with the content of that phenomena, which is what you doubt. It's concerned with the nature, which is what you cannot doubt. The nature of an arisen thing. That's why he said, the Buddha said, how did he put it? Well, I don't want to misparaphrase, but the Tathagata teaches the understanding and freedom from, well, I am paraphrasing obviously, freedom from presently arisen things. Means that things in the utmost universal nature, they can vary by the content, but what they cannot vary in is the fact that they have a nature of arising, as in being manifested. That's what's in common to everything that you experience, is that it has arisen, it has presented itself. And that's something you cannot doubt. Why? Because the doubt is an experience in itself that shares the nature of being presented in itself. So that's why if somebody is able to discern that, you actually free yourself from all the passion towards the content, aversion towards the content of your experience, hatred, distraction, delusion, doubt in itself as well. You cannot doubt the Dhamma then. You can doubt various other things as an experience of doubt, but you cannot doubt the nature of manifestation of that experience. So it's a completely the opposite direction. Well, it's not even the opposite direction, it's a vertical direction, as Nanavira would refer to it. That's why it's inaccessible by reasoning, because reasoning operates linearly, operates in space and time. But in order to operate your reasoning in space and time, the phenomenon of space and time needs to be there, present, manifested. And that's where the Dhamma pertains to, understanding of that structure, not being concerned with the content. That's why the Buddha would say, when he would five aggregates, for example, is a way of describing your experience as a whole in the utmost universal manner. So that's why he would say, whatever feeling there is, past, future, present, unpleasant, pleasant, neutral, big or small, far or near, personal, impersonal, internal, external, doesn't matter. What matters is a feeling is there, hence the aggregate of feeling is present. And then same goes for everything. It doesn't matter what perception is present, whether it's blue, yellow, white, red, past, future, present, mine, not mine, impersonal, personal, doesn't matter the content of it. What matters is that the phenomenon of perception is present, the nature of perception is there, thus the aggregate of perception is manifested. So that's why the thinking, and again comes back to that negative thinking we discussed in the previous video. That's why thinking needs to stop being concerned with a method and a content and trying to figure it out on that basis, but start seeing the peripheral of your content. That's how you develop mindfulness as well. Mindfulness to the extent necessary for the final knowledge, as into the peripheral to the extent necessary to actually discern the whole human situation without resorting to greed, aversion, and delusion that arise as a result of not understanding it.
Whenever doubt arises, it always presents itself as promising, like, you know, we follow it.
It presses you towards the content of your doubt. It presses you to clarify. So that's why doubt is a hindrance that pulls you, that makes you kind of revolve around it, but failing to see that it's like a trap. It traps you, it hooks you in, pulls you in, and you are being concerned with the content of the doubt for the sake of dispelling the doubt, failing to see that the only true way to dispel the doubt is to see the doubt as a phenomenon that has arisen, as an experience that manifests, pertains to the general nature of the manifestation of experience as a whole, which means that you might doubt the content, but the experience of doubt is present, and you cannot doubt that. And if you overcome your emotionally charged assumption in regard to the presence of phenomena, as in you overcome your appropriation of it, this is mine, then you won't be pulled into the content of the doubt, nor will you be pulled in the content of your sensual thoughts, nor will you be pulled into content of the aversive thoughts, because you have actually understood the structure of it, and by doing so you freed yourself from the humorous poison within, as the Buddha would describe those asavas.
So when one's trying to first approach the suttas or the notes or whatever, they don't necessarily have a wide range of, familiarity with all the terms, and so inevitably they'll be doubtful and confused. Is what you're saying that they shouldn't necessarily give in to that kind of pressing need to solve the doubt, as opposed to just kind of including the doubt in whatever they're thinking?
Eventually, yes, but initially a person won't be able to help it. That's the manner of thinking, but so it's going to be unpleasant. Constantly having doubt arise and question your whole existence, not just your scholastic point of view, is going to be unpleasant, but it's a necessary thing to go through. Then eventually, of course, when you start discerning the nature of the present phenomena, doesn't matter what it is, even if it's a doubt in itself, you will recognize that all you need to do is stay on continue discerning the extent of that presence of that phenomena, not being concerned with the content of it. And that's how you overcome the hindrances as well. And that's the first jhana. Like, if you fully develop that kind of thinking that is free from the pressure of the content, of sensuality, 5 hindrances in general, that is the thinking and pondering of the first jhana, ATAKKAVACARA. The correct phenomenological thinking that has no greed, aversion, delusion in them. They have been subdued beforehand.
The same as overcoming the fetter of doubt as well.
The fetter of doubt, it's more fundamental in a sense of not even discerning the sphere of the nature of the phenomena. So that you're fettered by the doubt. There is a hindrance of the doubt, like when you doubt various things, but the fetter of the doubt pertains to the doubt in the Dhamma, not knowing what the Dhamma is.
So more fundamental.
In that sense, yes. Yeah. So Sotapanna, obviously, is free from the fetter of the doubt, but he can still be assailed by the hindrance of the doubt. Not in regard to the fundamental aspects of the Dhamma that he understood, but in regard to other things, because doubt in itself, it's unpleasant. That's why people don't like it. That's why people give into it and try to get rid of it through clarifying or defining whatever they're doubting about. Sometimes that is necessary. To a degree, you must look into what you're doubting, but there is a clear point where you can recognize when that doubt becomes almost neurotic, when that doubt becomes sort of self-maintaining. It's just there for the purpose of the doubt. It's not concerned with any evidence or proof that you're giving it. It's just not disappearing. And that's when you're acting out of your doubt emotionally, like through emotional response, not through like trying to understand the nature of that doubt. So that's something that a person would need to be restrained in regard to. Feeding it emotionally.
So it's that same restraint that helps one then overcome doubt eventually. Like it's not just only like restraining with sensuality.
Because if you have no restraint, if you're not able to withstand the doubt and let it endure, you will be giving in whenever it arises. That pressure, whenever it manifests, you'll be pulled by it. You'll be pressured by it. So then you can't. How can you then see the universal nature of that phenomena behind its content when you're fully absorbed with the content right away? When you can't help it. That's why restraint comes first. Sila comes first, because it's the same principle of sensuality and your will. You need to be able to allow it to arise it as a thought, and then recognize that that's not what sensuality is. It's your craving, delight, welcoming, entertaining that thought. That's what sensuality is. But you will never be able to see that for as long as you're not restrained physically and verbally in regard to sensuality, and your automatic response to arisen sensuality is giving in towards the pursuit of the content, or in case of ill will, give in towards the denial of the content. You can't then see the nature behind that content, the peripheral.